Welcome. No, we're good. Welcome to BackChat, powered by Paywise. Our last episode of the year, sort of. We've got guest episodes coming in on Wednesdays, but this will be our last Monday of the year. Christmas edition. You might ask, where's your Christmas gear, Scully? And I might say, it's right here. Right here, Daniel.
No one told me we weren't doing it. I decided to come in full Christmas kit. I thought that was the plan. I went to Kmart today and bought this.
Did you?
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
Yep. I got the hat and the boxes to go along with my Merry Christmas pug shirt.
It was the plan, by the way.
It was definitely the plan. I think it says Merry Wolfmas. So that was good. Anyway, thanks for coming. Powered by me, powered by Paywise.
Yeah.
Geez, big week for Paywise, Christmas party, etc.
Huge week for Paywise. You might ask, where's Daniel? Daniel Const is behind the microphone over at the desk. Here he is.
I'm nervously pushing buttons. Jaden, come back from Bali as soon as possible, please.
Does Jaden usually have 3 screens up and going?
Anyway,
Dan does.
Well,
Dan also didn't get the memo for Christmas gear.
No.
well,
It's
we
just
both
me.
did. We both did. There's
And
been
you
a lot
forgot.
going on. We put out a new podcast today, Hammer. Did you
Yeah,
see
no,
that?
I did say that. I haven't
Pass
listened
the
to it yet
orcs.
because I've been working.
Pass the yeah, right. Pass the Orcs by Tom Barris, a new podcast in the BackChat Studio stable. So
Yep, nice.
if you haven't got around that and you're listening to this, and you're like, what we're talking about, it's TB's new podcast. It's all about music. We're going to talk to Tom Barris a little bit later on about his shift to Hawthorn as well as his new pod. If you are wondering, well, how do you listen? We'll speak about it with Tom, but you can go to passtheorcs.com.au. Or you can follow along with the playlist on Spotify or YouTube. In order to look after our musicians of the world, we've developed playlists for this one, Hammer. So,
Nice.
look, from all reports, it's a brilliant pod, and I'm looking forward to listening to it myself. Now, we were at the Scorchers yesterday.
Yeah, hashtag get scorched. Are they
Um,
still running with that?
mate,
Oh,
they I'm pretty sure I saw the furnace mentioned.
Yeah, the furnace is back. That's been there for a long time.
It was welcome to the Wild West.
Yeehaw!
Every announcer, so Danny Shuey was a ground announcer,
Yep.
Dave as well, was speaking like American accent, like Western edition. So
Welcome
like
to
every
Wild-
time they spoke, it's like, yeah, Hamish Brayshaw in the house. Every time.
Yeah, welcome to the Wild West.
Yeah, and did you see Socials by any chance, the halftime entertainment?
The whip cracking.
Mate, you would have been losing your shit.
The whip cracker, the double whip.
Mate,
Can you crack a whip?
look, to be honest, it's not something
Yeah,
that's really
no.
come across my repertoire.
It hasn't come across my
I haven't had
desk.
the opportunity to be cracking
Yeah,
whips.
We should crack some whips.
Have you
next
cracked
year.
a whip?
I think I've cracked a whip way back in the day, but not.
Where'd
a
you get the
long
whip from?
time. At a farm somewhere in Ballarat. Someone had a whip that I was at.
Genuine question. What's the functional use of
I
them?
think the functional use of a whip, and correct me if I'm wrong, anyone on YouTube that knows whips, is to like make a loud sound to divert the herd away.
Right.
I think. I don't think you're whipping anything. Like you're not hurting your animals with a whip, are you?
Hey, crack that whip.
I think it's like you just
Crack
smack it
that
there and the
whip.
cow will run away.
Doom, 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 doom.
Licorice whip.
So, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah,
This is a
Merry
Merry Christmas from everyone here at BackChat. Of course,
Merry Wolfsmith. Merry Wolfsmith, everyone.
Look, we're doing a bit of a Christmas theme here.
Apparently,
I will
yeah.
come back to this.
Apparently we're doing a Christmas thing, guys.
Go that over there.
Apparently we're doing it.
So Dad's pressing buttons over there.
Dan's trying to
violently.
figure out what is what.
Look, we are doing a bit of a Christmas theme, of course. That's why Hamish is dressed like that. So naughty or nice will be something we're speaking about in this episode a little bit before and a little bit after we speak to Tom Barris.
Yep.
We want to know in season 2024, in football,
Yep.
in sport in general, in
Yep.
life in
Life in
general,
general.
who's been naughty and who's been nice.
Yep.
You and I've asked you to come prepared today.
Yep, I did come prepared, fully prepared. I have my full kit on. I've got my naughty and nice list, and I roll in here, and you are just on the computer doing stuff, not in Christmas kit, and you've only just finished your naughty and nice list.
And it's still going.
Yep.
So look, thanks for waiting until the last episode of the year to come fully prepared with everything you need? Because you are a bit of a loose operator.
I am a very loose operator.
I would be careful how much you're lifting that leg up.
No, I got jocks on under here. So I did my whole Friday's episode in my jocks just about. So.
Yeah. Mate, I was going to ask, before we get to Naughty or Nice, so Naughty or Nice is, who's been Naughty or Nice for the year? We've got some fines to play.
Yeah.
If you're on YouTube, I'm
Let us
sure
know.
Dan's probably struggling to follow along with those. I'll get onto that in a second. Let us know who's been Naughty or Nice so we can talk about it. But before we get there,
Drasco was naughty.
We've had some feedback.
Drasco was very naughty.
Over the weekend. If you don't join us on Fridays regularly, you may want to go and watch Friday's episode. Genuine feedback on this one is it's one of the greatest podcast episodes of all time. That's the feedback.
That's the feedback we're getting. Is it? I rocked up. So I had my Christmas party. I started my first beer at about 11 and rolled in at 4:30, absolutely torched. Like I was proper drunk. And I started the podcast slurring my words, didn't know where things were going to go. And then all of a sudden I straightened up a little bit with the prospect of what we were about to do, which was the hottest chili in the world, like eat the chicken.
Pepper X.
Pepper X. And that got me scared. And anyway, it was just basically an hour of talking about eating hot chicken and getting pissed and laughing. And it was just stupid.
I think Russ, who's written into the podcast, and you can do that, hello@backchatpodcast.com.au, has described what we do here at BackChat in one of the greatest forms. Can I read it to you?
Sure.
This is from Russ, so shout out to Russ, who's a South Australian listener.
Thank you, Russ.
Lads, love all forms of BackChat studio podcasts and content, from the analytical shelter footy cast to the guest interviews to the bobblehead short clip reactions. Every now and again, you let your hair down, you get naked in your jocks, and you sink piss and slur your words. It's just the best thing ever. Was pissing myself so much on Friday, my wife came downstairs to tell me off for waking up the kids. Scully, don't be so craky with Hammer. It was epic. And he wants to get a beer next time we're in Adelaide. Like,
Yes.
I think that's perfect.
Thanks, Russ.
description.
That was perfect. That was exactly what I did.
So, I'll quote Drasco. So, Drasco from Drasco's Hot Chicken in Mount Hawthorn over here in Western Australia.
The chicken was good.
He came in and he did a bloody great job.
He was
So,
excellent.
big shout out
Big
to
shout
him.
out to Skinny Dan.
Skinny Dan came over, and I will quote something he did say that really has probably stuck with me and probably stay with me for the rest of my life.
Sure.
The Pepper X chicken you ate, which he claims, and I believe is true, it's the hottest in the world.
Yep.
He thinks that very few people in Australia have eaten a bite of, let alone a foot-long chicken tender
They
of.
were fucking big.
And you ate the whole thing. Yeah. He said, and I think this is probably what we do need to touch on, your welfare. He said, eating it's hard, but passing it in the next morning is harder. He said it's like a dragon crawling out of your ass.
Yeah, it was very much a dragon crawling out of my ass.
So I don't want. Well, you can do whatever you like.
keep going.
I was going to say I don't want to know. I want to know, but I mean.
Well, I'll tell you. So we left here, you and I, and we went back to the shoe, which was where the Paywise Christmas party was still going.
Yeah, Powered by
Paywise. He said very, very, in no uncertain words, Drasco said, alcohol is horrible for spice. He said all it does is just enhances the senses and enhances the flavour in your mouth, and like it burns even worse.
Yeah.
So we kept getting pissed. We went down to the shoe, had a few more drinks. I had training the next day, so I needed to get home and go to sleep.
Yes.
And whenever I have typically a big night, I will make myself spew before I go to bed. For the sole reason of like, get whatever I can out, have a lot of water, and then go to bed because it makes me feel better.
What a bedtime routine.
Yeah, great bedtime routine. I had forgotten at this point of the night that I had the Pepper X in my stomach. So I have vomited on purpose. And as soon as it came out, I said, oh, my goodness, I've made a mistake because it's coming out of my nose, my eyes, my ears, my throat. It's just burnt the whole way back up. I'm sitting in the toilet vomited, and I'm like, oh, my God, this is burning. Like the sweat coming out of my face was burning. Every pore in my eyes, my ears. I was dead. Went to the fridge. Em had some yogurt, so like I just put the yogurt in my mouth. Like
So this is lactose intolerant, man. You've had a litre and a half of milk and a tub of yogurt.
Anyway, so like then I get into bed. I've got some Maccas into me. I'm laying in bed. My mouth is still on fire. Go to sleep. Wake up at like 2 a.m. Not sure if it was the milk. Probably was. But like went to the toilet and I was like just sitting on the toilet for about 20 minutes, just consistent and just in a world of pain. Just stinging and just... it was just an annihilation. Anyway, that kept the toilet. It kept hurting my ass until probably Sunday midday. I did a poo Sunday morning and it still hurt, like still stung a little bit.
The poor porcelain. So you did this Friday.
Yep, and I had that Friday. So anyway, that was it the other way. But yeah,
so
I'll be going back
Drasco
to
makes
Drasco.
the naughty list
Well, yeah, he certainly
for
would.
today.
Drasco's naughty.
We met. I wanted to come back on the Scorchers because we met Tony Gladdy, Spud King.
Okay.
He was, I would say, employed by the Scorchers, but he was at least invited by the Scorchers down to bowl the first ball. So they do the first pitches.
Yeah.
In baseball, they're doing the first ball this year in the BBL.
Okay.
So Tony Gladdy's down there. We didn't see it, unfortunately. Well, at least I did. I don't know if Dan did. But I've never met Tony. I've seen a lot of him. Know the eyebrows, know the spud sheds.
No, he's small, short shorts.
Dan got a potato signed by Tony Gladdy.
I did ask him, he walked up to us and I said, "Oh, mate, can I please get a signature?" He goes, "Oh, I don't do signatures, but I'll take a photo." And then I said, "Well, what about if you sign this?" And I pulled up the potato and straight away grabs it. He's like, "Yep, in. I'll sign it for you."
I'll sign the potato. Why were you carrying? Anticipated you were meeting Tony. You
I just always carry a potato.
You just don't carry spuds on you in
You
general.
never know when you're going to need a spud.
That's true.
So it was very good.
How did Tony bowl? Anyone see that?
Form.
That's the story I was
not
telling.
great. Yeah,
Right.
you
So
wanted
the
to
story
say
I was
something.
telling was Tony, first of all, has the strongest handshake in the world. You know the Trump pull in? He's done those ones.
Wow.
He pulled
Grab
me.
and pull.
He pulled me off my feet, the first one.
Okay.
I shook him on the way out, and I was bloody
You
anchored.
stood up to it. Yeah, anchored. Yeah.
But the first time, I was like, wow, okay, this is happening.
Who has probably the firmest handshake? Matt Prittis.
Yeah, Shannon
He's
Hearn,
got- and Shannon
Quinn
Hearn.
Lynch,
Yeah.
all those, all
Prittis
country
just got
boys.
buckets of hands.
So Tony Gladdy's put that on us.
Yep.
Anyway, I
Tony's
said, mate, how's it gone? Did you have fun? What are you doing? He said, mate, let me tell you a story. First time down here, and I knew this has been going on for about 4 weeks, so I've been in the nets practicing my bowl, which is what I would do.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to embarrass yourself out
Right. He said, mate, I've been down at the nets. I've had a cricket ball down there. No worries at all. Had maybe my nieces and nephews down there bowling to them. I get out in the middle of Optus Stadium. This is Tony Gladdy. He goes, I get out in the middle, and they pull out, in his words, this piece of shit plastic cricket ball. And he goes, as soon as it got in my hand, I knew I was in trouble. So I don't know what he's done. I don't know if we can find
The old
footage.
platypus
But
ball
I
or
think he's
something.
pulled the John Howard out. By the
Wow.
sound, he was ropeable.
Oh, that's disappointing.
He was upset. He just signed a potato, and then he started going on
Should've
about the
got him to bowl the
plastic.
potato.
That's what I thought. Start swinging to my left and right the potato. So yeah, Tony Gladdy was not happy
impressed.
at all. So I'm over here on YouTube as well. I'm watching and monitoring this. If you want to get involved, chuck in your naughty. And
throw in your naughty and
list.
nices for 2024.
Can you give me, because I'm a bit confused as to how the list works. Is it just people that you want to say that are naughty or nice? So can you give us a couple more examples that might help people
So
on YouTube?
it's people, places, things, anything to do with sport, anything to do with football, anything to do with life that's good. Do you want me to give you, what list do you want from me?
I think it's time to play because some of the naughty and nice lists.
Yeah,
Let's
okay.
do it. We're going to go speak to Tom Barrass in a little bit, but I think I'd like to see some 2024 naughty or nice lists. Are you going
Do
to
we
press
have
a button?
some music for this, Dan? Or
Give us a sound
just
effect.
hit something.
Press anything.
Hit one thing, see what it is.
Press it. Press it. Press it.
No,
Press
nothing.
it.
Press it. Oh.
Oh yes, yes. Wow. And
Okay. This is- Dan looks
Fuck
like a
yeah.
little DJ out there. All right, sweet. So,
naughty and nice list.
naughty and nice list for 2024. Starting off for me, my number one person. I'm going to start naughty. Bad. Number one on the naughty list for me is the AFL Tribunal. Just fucking putrid.
Didn't they have?
They had an
howler?
absolute howler of a year. I feel like they'd be on a lot of our listeners and a lot of people's naughty lists.
And that's no one in particular.
No one in particular, you're correct. But just the AFL Tribunal as a whole was dog shit this year.
Yeah.
From all things, from the Charlie Cameron being a good bloke to, you can't use that again.
Yeah, that was poor.
From every single thing to, actually, let's let this bloke
1 week,
play
2
and play.
weeks,
1 week,
3
2
weeks. One's a head knock, one's not a head knock, one's deliberate, one's not, one's incidental, one's not.
Yeah.
They've had a
Jesse
butchering.
Hogan punched him in the face. Don't worry about it. You clipped him on the way. Isaac Heaney, you're out. Like, there was a lot that could have gone wrong.
Yeah, they've had a howler.
Yeah.
I need to get a photo, video of this idiot over here. Like, what?
It's not going to look great on this video because you can't hear the sound that's going on with it.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
Anyway, that's my number one on my naughty list.
Yeah,
my number one on my nice. I'm going to go 1 for 1 here.
Yeah. And these, like, hammer ranks, you go 5 down to 1.
Potentially, but this is just in no particular order. Yeah. But this is my number one on the AFL nice, not on the AFL nice list, on my 2024 nice list. Olympic archery.
Oh,
yeah,
how
baby.
Good was
Olympic archery 2024, number one on the nice list. My new favourite Olympic sport, without question. The teams events, the solos, the individual, the pressure, the South Koreans. Oh boy.
If you want to grow up to be something in South Korea, and I'm sure they've got a lot of potential, they do. Prospects. I personally would be aiming to be in the archery team.
Be an archer.
Because
fuck, that was good.
The females and the men were just world class.
Yeah, haven't lost in like 8 years.
Yeah, 80 years.
Stupid.
8
Olympics, sorry. 8 Olympics. Not 8 years. That's like 30, 40 years.
That's good. Can I give you a couple off
you
mine?
Go.
Look, on the naughty list, and it's very much in the same realms as the archery team.
Yep.
But on the naughty list, it's got to be Ray Gun.
She was mine, yeah. She was
Ray
mine too, Ray Gun.
Ray Gun. I mean, look, I'm not certainly don't know her as a person. No. I don't really want to comment on that whatsoever. I found her performance at the Olympic Games for Australia disrespectful to us as a country.
I agree.
It was disrespectful to the Olympic team. It was disrespectful for what it means to be an Olympian. And in the end, that gets you on the naughty list.
And then she had this whole saga of, it's just about having a go. No, it's not.
No.
The Olympics is about being at the pinnacle of the best, so that's one. Then she retired, but then she came back and was the number one ranked breakdancer in the world 3 weeks after she just got smoked. Then she was challenging everyone to 10K.
Yeah, has that happened?
And then she retired completely.
So did the 10K dance-off happen?
10K dance-off didn't happen.
What, they promoted it and it didn't happen?
Didn't do one. Oh. No one.
You don't have a
microphone now she's suing someone for...
Yeah, defamation. That's what I'm saying. I'm not speaking about... Yeah. I'm not talking about her personally. It's just her performance at the Olympics. It's dreadful.
So she's shit. Anyway, who's on the nice list for Scully 2024?
Look, and this is in no order of anything.
Yeah, respect it.
Ruben Jimby.
Yep.
Honestly, I was sitting here before and I was thinking, who should be on my nice list? And I thought, the boy.
Yep.
He gave us a great interview a few weeks ago. I just like how he goes about it.
Yep.
To be honest. Is that all right?
That's fucking fair enough. I'm more than happy with that.
Yeah, great.
So Ray Gun was on my naughty list. So she's off.
The performance had a stinker.
My naughty list now is down to 3. On my naughty list for 2024 is the Peel Thunder Footy Club.
We've beat you in the granny.
Fuck them. They had heaps of Freo players. They basically cheated. No, they didn't. They were just way too good for us on the day. But also, fuck them. They're on my naughty list. And on my nice list is the Shinboner list management. Setting us up for 5 to 10 5 flags in the next 10 years.
5 to 10 flags.
The Shinboner list management team is in my nice list, setting us up for 5 flags in the next 10 years.
So you're happy with the Parker, Darling,
happy with it.
Caleb Daniel acquisitions?
Yep, happy with Wardlaw, Sheasel, Uniac, McKercher.
Wow.
Happy with everyone. Happy with all things. Happy with Finn McGuinness. Happy with River Stevens. I'm happy with your boy, Tristan Sherry.
Mate, the Cherry Evans, mate.
Darling Cherry Evans. My guy. Anyway, so that's a couple of my nice list and naughty list. What about you?
Look, I'm going to jump over to YouTube.
Yeah, hit us with some
because
YouTube
it's actually got one. I had this exact one. It's from Greatest Guy. Greatest guy ever at YouTube. Greatest guy ever. And this is from... look, I went more specifically to Fremantle Football Club.
Sure.
He's been even more specific, and he's put it on JL.
Wow.
On the naughty for failing this season to make finals. No excuses, Hammer. They should have won one of those last 4. I agree. So on mine that I wrote down, the Freo Footy Club on the naughty list for missing finals.
Wow.
I think they've had a howler. They've had a howler.
I don't think they have.
I think they absolutely have.
Sure. Well, you know what? I'm actually...
No excuses, as the Greatest Guys said on YouTube.
No, they've got absolutely plenty of excuses. But the good thing about that is that the bookies don't think they're going to do... they've got them stupid odds to make the top 4 next year, so jump on board. It's free.
Yeah,
So, Dan, while you're over there, Dan, have you got anything that's on your naughty and nice list just off the top of your head?
No, he's DJing right
he's
now.
DJing,
I've got
sure.
another one from YouTube.
Yep, yes.
Greatest Guy's not happy. Just before I read it out, so you guys even going to acknowledge the chat? Yes, Greatest Guy. We're coming over. Foz Jam says naughty. No, I'm just going to keep it at the naughty list. He's given another name to the naughty list, but I'm just going to keep it at naughty list. He's got Sammy McClure on there. Was adamant that West Coast would not draft Harley Reid, which is 2023. Then doubled down and said they shouldn't have selected him once they did. And then I'll add to it. He's said to his listeners over at 3AW in his farewell speech that Harley Reid will not be at the West Coast Eagles for his entire career. So he's tripled down on it. I could only respect it because he's just completely butchered. He's just going to go keep going.
The thing is about that, Harley plays for 15 years. If he does move in the 14th year, Sammy's vindicated.
You watch it.
But if he doesn't, no one will remember. Who cares? He's already gone.
He's already
so who cares?
You may as well keep going.
Yeah, righto. On my naughty list, Kazuyuki for going into hiding. Completely hiding from me, going radio silent, and never, ever rearing his head out of the depths of despair.
Kazuyama had a howler.
Tamagotchi, no one knows.
Kamikaze had an absolute stinker.
Kamikaze, that was them. That was.
Well, I'm not talking about him specifically. He's had a howler.
He's had a horrible, horrible one. This is I can't say it.
No, don't.
Should have. Talking about Kazakazi.
Can I give a?
I was going to give another naughty. Another nice list.
Yes.
On the back of that, the country of Japan on my nice list.
Nice.
One of the greatest countries I've ever been to. Loved every second of it.
And it was definitely the best other country we went to this year.
Yep. No question about it. Food. Thailand was pretty good.
Thailand. Oh, you went to Thailand too.
Was great. Food was great. Anyway, keep going.
I'm just wondering where to jump to. Look, I'm going to stay on the naughty list.
Sure.
I just think, and I mean this to no one in particular. I'm not being personal. I just think as a whole, the West Australian had a stinker this year. They've had an absolute stinker. I don't even know what opinion. Just in my opinion, they've just had a stinker. They repeatedly put Harley on the back page. They've turned that into an absolute show. Simo's clipped him on the way out in the press conference. They went hard at Simo on the back page, if we remember. They then apologised for it 2 days later. Like I just think not their best year, but that's okay. We can all get better, right? Because someone's probably going to be offended by me saying that, but it's okay. I'm not coming at you personally, anybody. Right? This is just as a whole, and you can get better. You can always get better. It just hasn't been the best year. And I love that you've been silent about it. It's great.
Fair enough. There's always room for improvement no matter what. On my naughty list, I'm going to keep going. On my naughty list, my multi-ideas. I've been fucking putrid this year.
Yes.
I reckon if we loaded up the TABtouch multis that I've put together, I've won about one. It started hot. I remember the year before, I hit some weird thing in the Taiwanese badminton.
Yeah.
But next year, I'm going to be back bigger and better than ever.
Right.
Don't worry about it. I'm going to keep a good list, and I'm going to make sure that I nail
It'd
it.
be pretty hard not to be back better than ever because you've
On
been
my
absolutely dreadful.
I just deleted my. Oh no, I've got it. On my nice list. While I keep going, J.K. Rowling. I've rewatched the Harry Potters a number of times. I'm reading them again.
I was
just
going to say she hasn't had a good year in other elements of her life.
No, not about the other stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about what
As
you
a
write.
writer.
As a writer, and just making
Can we
Harry
clarify
Potter.
that?
Yeah, as a writer, J.K. Rowling.
Yes.
for giving me Harry Potter.
Yes.
That's
great.
it. Yeah, thank you.
Right. Who's your favourite character in Harry Potter?
It's probably Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
I just love him. Although he's asleep at the wheel a lot of the time, I feel like, and when you look back at the movies, I feel like there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of stuff that happens throughout that he could have easily he let Professor Lupin come back to teach, knowing full well that he was a werewolf. He hired Gilderoy Lockhart in the second one. It would have been you had to have seen through the fact that he was just dumb as anything. Let Malfoy come to school knowing that his dad was a Death Eater the whole time and did nothing about it. There was so many opportunities for him to step in and help out.
I'm trying to think who his dad was. He's just
Lucius Malfoy. There were so many times that Dumbledore could have really put his hand up and said, "Hey guys, I'll let me fix that. I'm the best wizard ever." And he just sort of didn't.
trying to teach people how to do it himself. It's like, why don't you just do something about it?
Yeah. Anyway, he was my favourite. I did like him.
Look, Mate, like I said, I've only read the series once, and I've never gone back. I've never watched the movie, so I'm testing my knowledge here.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But I feel like I like Snape because he was good all
Oh,
along.
in the end, yeah, hate him up until the last.
But he was good all along, wasn't he?
Yeah, then he's a goat.
He's
really...
Snape for me, I like those sorts of characters.
Yeah,
we hate
shit all the way through, and then all of a sudden,
you're like,
wow, this guy. Yeah.
Is that a good
That's
nomination?
a great shout.
I don't want to give away if anyone hasn't watched Harry Potter.
Well, it's too late, but I think you're like 20 years too late.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've got the idea of the naughty or light nice list, and you've probably had enough of Hamish.
Can I give one more? I got one.
Well, I'm going to come back to it.
Oh,
is it a good one?
It's my biggest nice of the year.
So to hear Hamish's biggest nice of the year, you're going to stick around because we're going to go and have a chat to Tom Barrass's DJ Dan gets off the decks. He's been pressing numbers over there frantically. If you want us to cover some of this after the Tom Barrass interview, get your naughty and nice suggestions in the chat because I'll be monitoring those as we go. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks to ID Athletic
do anything
for the last cross of the year when you go and see Tom Barrass over in Hawthorn. Rightio, we head to Melbourne now. Thanks to ID Athletic, it looks like we go straight to the Botanical Gardens and our very good friend of the family, Tom Barrass, new Hawthorn football man, which I know hurts you.
Yep, that's okay.
Life goes on,
Life
Daniel.
goes on.
TB joins us from Melbourne
Welcome.
right now. Hello, mate.
Hello, lads. Thanks for having me on again. I appreciate it.
Wow, it's incredible to see you, mate. You just looked up at the skies. You're in Melbourne now. You're a bit worried about the weather, but we're going to push on. How's the move been?
Mate, it's been great. I've been across by myself, so I miss my fam a little bit, but should be able to see him in the next few days. But I'm loving training, and I'm really loving the city. Melbourne's such a fun city.
I feel like Melbourne's got a bit of Tom Barrass woven into it. Like I do feel like you are quite suited to Melbourne. Are you finding that?
Oh, I'm still trying to find my spot. It's a little bit of a different landscape to Perth, and there's a few different vibes going on, I reckon. So I'm investigating those, Scully, and I'll do a thorough job.
I've got to ask about just a couple about Hawthorn. We're going to get into your new podcast, PTA, Past the Orcs, which we're very excited to announce. But before we get there, look, I don't want to ask all the normal bullshit mainstream stuff, but I want to know how the back line is. Like, what are we walking into? I want to hear some characters, mainly Frosty, to be honest. But I want to hear what's it been like. What's the back line of the defenders? How they looked after you?
Oh, the back line being great, and like all clubs, the back line is the funnest, most energetic, and smartest group.
Yes.
So I'm really loving being in that environment. Josh Weddle surprised me with how much of an animal he is. In all the different kinds of ways you could be one. Yes. And, Scrimmy's got a bit of Josh Rotham about him, which I'm loving as well. And so, and Frosty, the mentioned man, has just had a kid. He's got a 10-day-old kid. Nice. So we're exchanging that look across the room from each other, and I've given him a few hugs and told him to hang in there.
Yeah, one of my favorite James Sicily videos is when he's just given Dr. A spray for telling him to get back.
Which we've spoken to both of them.
Yeah, we've spoken to both of them about. It's a great story. Have you what's been your interactions been like with Sis?
Yeah, Sis is the man. He's such a lovely man, and he's been very welcoming, get me into the group and taken me out for lunch a few times, which I really enjoyed. So he's a skipper for a reason, and he's a fantastic bloke. And look, all the lads are really nice fellas. They're so welcoming, and I'm really pleased, and I'm really fond of the learning environment that's around Hawthorn. It really seems like a great culture.
I've got to ask about a couple more West Coast connections, then we're getting into it. Sam Mitchell, Adrian Hickmott, the old coaches from here in West Coast looking after you nicely?
Yes, they're unchanged. When I say that, they are unchanged from how you know them, Scully, not one bit. So I think you'll know the experience.
Is getting around town harder? Like, is there more traffic, bigger area, taking you longer to get around? Are you figuring your way out? Are you having to put Google Maps volume on and they tell you where to go? Is that the vibe?
Yes. Yes to all. No, it's a lot more busy. It's a lot more traffic. I'm certainly not very certain on where I'm going yet, but with a bit of smart thinking, you can get through the back streets, which all the boys are telling me, the back streets of each suburb. So that's great. But there is one thing I've really noticed, Scully.
Yeah.
That I must mention.
Great.
and it is daylight savings is the best thing ever.
Oh, wow.
I can't believe it's not a thing in Perth. The cows have too much sleep over there. It needs to come in. I'm starting the rally.
It's really annoying over here, you guys being so far ahead. The difference between 2 to 3 hours is really annoying.
But
I wish we had it.
We can fix that quite easily.
I wish we had it.
Yeah, right.
It's so stupid.
Mate, it's the best. It's the best. You get home from work and you've got 3.5 hours of sunlight to use with your family.
Yeah,
It makes so much sense to me.
We need that.
So,
Hopefully
the cows aren't too mad.
This is coming from a staunch West Australian. Like, I'm talking, this man bleeds black and yellow. I know he's moved across the country, but this bloke is like a black swan, right? He is the black duck of the Western Australian community. Yeah. So to hear you say that, Tom, warms my heart, because I've been saying that as a Victorian that lives here in Western Australia.
Well, so is everyone under the age of 50 in Perth. Everyone wants it. It's because of bloody voting 60-year-olds.
That's brilliant to hear. All right. That's enough footy chat. It's great to hear you going well. We expect big things from you this season, both as a football club, but mainly, and I'll be honest here, I like Hawthorn. I like you more, so I'm hoping you just go well. So I hope that side of thing is looked after. But let's move on to something far more important. Tom, today you launched your podcast, Pass the Orcs. Tell us about it.
Thank you, Scully. Yes, so Pass the Orcs is my version of a radio show, except no one really consumes their media through the radio anymore. So I thought I'd try a sort of short form, more contemporary format. And really, it's just a passion project and a creative project where I get to share my music with all those around me and hopefully interact with the audience around music, a big passion of mine. And I'm going to be able to get my friends on there as guests and have conversations with them about the role that music plays in their life. So I'm really excited to get underway, and hopefully you can tune in with us.
It's good. It's very good.
You've had a lot to do with this. We've made this, by the way, just to shout ourselves out.
Yeah, BackChat Studios, back in TB, of course, and I've had the absolute honor and privilege of being here while we record the episodes, and it is very good. Like, it's just, I've been here just watching the boys go about the business, Tom and Matt, and it's very different to what we've done, but it's I'm really excited about people being able to get around and listen to it.
Can I just say, TB, so I don't think either of our episodes, Dan and I, made it off the cutting room floor. We were playing around with some concepts.
We're pivotal to the foundation of its building.
But we effectively did an episode to kind of test out how, as a guest, I very much enjoyed myself. It brought back some memories that I'd hidden deep down within my soul about music. Is that kind of the vibe a little bit? You're talking about memories and moments and connection through music?
That's the vibe, Sculls. We want to get good stories and good songs, and music's played a role in everyone's life. Some very formal role, some a bit more of an informal role, but everyone's got great stories to share, and to accompany that with the music, I think it provides such good context, and mate, I've really enjoyed interviewing the guests that come on the show, and hopefully everyone will enjoy listening. What's
it been like hosting your own show? A lot of people have heard episodes of you not only on BackChat. I know Dylan Friends. Everyone loved that interview, which I listened to, which was brilliant as a guest. But what's the challenge been like being a host of your own show?
It's been really hard, I must admit. I realised in our guest steps, in our sort of conceptual filming, that I didn't know what I was doing, and I had no journalistic craft, let's say. And it's kind of hard to hold a camera. So it was nice. The concept kind of evolved into having the producer at the time, Doz, who's become a great friend of mine, moved down to the couch and a bit more casual, and we just want to talk crap and learn about music and play good music and have heaps of fun. And that's what it's been so far. So it makes me happy and excited to be able to support it.
Yeah. So the first episode that's out is just you and Doz together chatting, sort of the birth of the concept a bit. But then also there are guests coming up. Do you want to share some of the names that you've got? Because we haven't really told anyone who's coming up.
There's been some little things floating around on socials.
Yeah, some things floating around. Do you want to give people a bit of a taste?
Yeah. Look. I want to set out to create the sort of best content, interview the most authentic people to me in my life. And so really I'm going to start with my friends and family in a big way. And I'll release a little bit more to come, but I've got Jeremy McGovern coming on the podcast next week as the first guest off the rank, and we talk some old school stories and we get to learn a bit more about his musical journey, and it was so much fun though. So I really hope everyone joins in.
I've got some more questions about the show. We did do a few episodes. I think it's okay to say you've recorded a few episodes. We've done them over here in Perth. There was a big focus on the fit out here at the studios. Can you talk us through that a little bit? I want to know where the furniture. I walked in one day, and there's new couches, and there's rugs hanging off the walls, and there's rugs on the ground. Where have we pulled that? How much sort of influence have you had in the look and the design and the feel?
That I can thank my beautiful fiance for, Nadia.
Yes.
Who gave me some pretty stern feedback on my birthday at lunch, to which I was going to go set the studio up that night. And so anyway, I was very upset for like an hour, and then she realised and put together this set within like 4 hours of couches and rugs and photos and paintings and a little bit of stuff we already had, and it's come together nicely. And hopefully you'll come both sit on the couch again, the black and silver couch, and we can go through your stories, Dan, and listen to some more effervescence.
Talk about the KGB. The couches are great because they sit here in our studio and they're incredibly comfortable. And the amount of times I can't find Scully, I'm like, where's Scully? Like walk into one of the rooms, he's just passed out on the couch.
We've put him
sleeping.
away. We've had to put him away because it's a very mate. I've had to put it away because it was in our front room. We were sort of moving back and forward. That was another reason we had to put them away because we were like acting as removalists. But I was like sleeping at work on them. They're beautiful couches.
In front of like the TV, you had like NBA playing. We'll go in, Scully's just sleeping during the Memphis Grizzlies.
Hey, TB, have you got sort of desire and thoughts to get? So you've started with your friends and family, but from a guest perspective, is it something you think you can branch out into people you don't know and people that, might be interested in what you're talking about and do some stuff like that?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's end goal. But as you know, I've had certainly a very busy period of my life. And don't get me wrong, we'll certainly have some guests on the show season 1, but I really want to set out to make an authentic show and be something real and bring the people to the table that I really want to bring and ask them the questions I want to ask and discuss things that are important to both of us and our relationship. And I think there'll be lots of meaning in that. But certainly, I want to explore this with all kinds of people. And like I said, hopefully we'll have a few come on over the Chrissy break and you can hear from some big wigs. But for now, we're going to start with the authentic brand and try and really develop a cool concept that we love.
So it was out today, the first episode, so you can listen to it like you would a radio show. It's made in playlist form, right? So you can enjoy it without skips, without shuffles. You can listen to it both on Spotify and or watch it on YouTube. And it's both in the same form. So you actually follow a playlist and you cop the full music experience, the full radio experience, both on Spotify and YouTube. But I was sort of thinking about this and had a little bit of feedback from people already early that they, I guess, have seen you speak and seen different things of you, and they had no idea that you were so musically orientated, someone who was actually interested / I don't know, this played a big part of your life. Where do you think that comes from? Both your parents have been in media, so I don't know if that ties it together. Is it your upbringing? What's the music element? Because some people were like, oh, wow, this is interesting.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, I believe for me, probably music started when I was maybe 8 or 9. My sister started playing the piano and I started playing the guitar, and our parents are pretty keen on introducing us to instruments. And so, we played for a lot of years and she sort of gave it up and I didn't really, and always loved music. And I loved all the old school rock, like the Foo Fighters and the Chili's and Grinspoon. That Killing Heidi, like these sort of early rock bands that my dad used to listen to, and Jamiroquai, funnily enough.
Yes.
And so it's just flowed all from there, and I've always really held it close to my heart. And there's something about those goosebumps moments that you share with your mates over a song, and it sort of puts timestamps in your memories for things. And I love the way that can come back to you through listening to a song, and that's something I'm really trying to champion in season 1.
That's what I found interesting.
Yeah.
Was when you're talking about music, I sort of rolled in and was like, TB's doing a podcast. Yeah, who gives a shit? I'm just going to sit down and talk for yarn. And just immediately started, not really about the music so much. Yeah, it was good listening to the music, but like had some like proper good moments like, oh, yes, remember this or remember that or the first song or the first live show. That's what I liked about it. And I haven't listened to any of your episodes since I've been on, so I'm looking forward to actually enjoying it with everybody. I said a little bit how people can actually find it, but have you got any of those to roll off the tongue, or do you need me to do it for you?
I don't understand what you're saying.
PTA.listen is the Instagram page.
That's right. And if you go to Spotify, you can go to the podcast, as a normal podcast. And when within that, there's a link to a playlist, and you can hear it with all the music. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, that makes way more sense.
Yeah.
I do have something to say about that.
Good.
So there's a few things. As Dan said, you have to go to the actual playlist link, and there it will be nicely laid out for you. And the reason is because the individual segments exist as audio bites so that we can stream the playlist and correctly direct the traffic and the streams and the audience through to the artists and their Spotify, and sort of not reproduce their music. We sort of feel there was a really important thing that needed to be looked after if we're going to do this, and that's the way we've done it. So there's a little bit of formatting on the sort of front end, but go to the playlist, you'll find everything you need, and shuffle off, no skips. Let's listen with open ears.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you just go to PTA.listen on Instagram, all the links are there for you. Yeah. We've tried to make it as easy as possible. And look, in full transparency, it's a little unorthodox in the way you usually listen, but
you could say unorthodox. You could say groundbreaking.
It's groundbreaking. That's correct. Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, so it's new, and once you've done it once, it will be second nature, and it's a brilliant way to listen to the pod.
Passtheorks.com.au is about to go live. TB, I've been working on that this afternoon. We've got the merch all lined up. A little bit of a merch little number there.
Good man. Good man. Yeah, I have to roll a few merch. Really quality tees, nice heavy stuff for you, Scuzz.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I've just smelt my own T-shirt I'm wearing right now, and it smells disgusting. So I think some of the Pass the Hawks tees might be out the back here. I might go chuck one on for the interview we're about to do. We're going to do an episode, a Christmas special tonight, our last episode, which you're listening to right now. You're here. Actually,
what are you doing for Christmas, Tom? What's on the horizon? Great. Melbourne, Perth. What's the plans?
I'm back in Perth over Chrissy, and get to hang out with my family for a few days. Then I've got my Bucks party for a couple of days after that.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Provided I see the other side of that, then we'll enjoy Christmas and into the new year.
So you got your Bucks party pre-Christmas. That's audacious.
Yeah. I know Alex's thoughts now.
Mate, if I fly in from Geelong, it's going to be a great effort, but I tell you what, it'll be a bloody good setting.
That's it.
Last question, and I don't know why I don't know this. What number are you for Hawthorn?
I'll be repping the number 37 at Hawthorn.
Wow.
Yep. Championing the spirit of the great Angelo Lekis. Played 180 games in the number.
Oh, wow.
Yep. He's the man at the number 37. So
Angelo Lekis, number 37. That's brilliant, mate. Well done on the new venture. Go off into the wilderness. We're dropping in and out of Wi-Fi. I hope you're there to finish.
Yep.
We don't know if you are.
Thank you, Tom.
Love you, Tom.
Hi, I'm Will, and I'm a backman.
And I'm Gov, and I'm a Paywise brand ambassador.
And you're a backman.
Yes, I am, but I'm also a Paywise brand ambassador. And I know that the best way to get into your next car is through the Paywise novated lease.
To learn more about novated leasing, contact Paywise today or just ask Jeremy McGovern.
Rightio, we head to...
You've got the power.
back. That was Tom Barrass from Hawthorn. Well, this is Hamish and Will from the couches.
It's nearly Christmas.
Welcome back to the Christmas special, the Merry Wolfmas.
Merry Wolfmas. Just before we get to this, on my naughty list is the greatest guy. Just been a big old loser in the chat, so shut up.
Hey, we're all here for the YouTube chat.
All here for the YouTube chat. You don't
bagging other people in there,
Yeah.
and bagging the guests, and bagging, like, saying what's cool and what's, like, just be a chill, cool guy.
Yeah.
Or be the greatest guy.
Yeah, be the greatest guy, not the greatest loser ever. Anyway, so I said in my naughty list to start with that my multis were right in there.
I think you need to be in there.
I'm
I
in
mean, no one else is doing them other than you.
I am in there. I had a multi on the weekend.
Yeah, how'd it go?
It lost in the first leg.
Well, we don't know. Well,
I had
was gonna
Billy-
say we don't know if it's over because
I
you've
had
still got a leg that hasn't
Two
happened.
legs that haven't happened. One that's happening right now and one that happens tomorrow. But I think his name was Billy Quarantino or something.
Quentin Tarantino. Okay.
He was fighting Cub Swanson, or I think that's his name, in the UFC on a fight night, and I think Billy was about $1.20, $1.30.
Oh, this is Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton. I think he was the red hot favourite, and he got knocked out in the third. So he got smoked, and it was unfortunate to see that the multi that I had put together, which I was assuming was a certainty, got obliterated. So
He got knocked out.
it's got me to start reflecting. And here's what I'm thinking. Here's my thoughts going into 2025 for the TABtouch and our multis.
Yes.
I have not hit many. That's fair enough.
Yes.
I am at a point where I am just trying to be silly and bet on rogue things that I don't know a lot about.
I think winners could be the new 2025.
I'm
thing that
thinking-
you're targeting.
I'm going to start
Silly
targeting winners. So going into next year, I've decided as the TABtouch ambassador for our multis
Yes.
that I am going to pick the winners. Not the team or the person that eventually loses. So that's what I've decided to do next year.
I
going
think there's a fair chance the Vikings get up.
All right, I
tomorrow.
think the Vikings get up. I think the Sixers get up right now. It was just Billy Cub Tarantino that just got done.
I mean, do you know anything other than his name? Like, do you know anything about them?
Never seen him in my
Right.
life.
Okay. That's probably the downfall. Probably betting on things you know as well.
Yeah, got to bet on things that I know, I think is where I'm at.
No,
and I'd
so-
also like things that happen over the weekend, not on a Monday night and then a Tuesday morning.
And then like a Thursday in 2027. One of the EPL legs got delayed to like next season.
Yeah, I'm going to put in next week's bet. I'm going to put the Brownlow for 2026 in there.
Greatest guy's been put on the naughty list.
Yep.
Got to be honest. Frederick
Just
coming in.
just to let you know,
hot.
also with the greatest guy, sorry, I put him in timeout. I right-clicked on his username, put him in timeout for 24 hours, so suck that.
Suck eggs.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
Just
thanks
quickly
for
makes
TABtouch.
another YouTube.
You
The
win some,
second
you
greatest
lose more.
guy. Oh, yeah.
Free and
Forget-
confidential support. Call 1-800-858-858.
Yep.
There's a gambling help online. There you. Right. So, what I do want to say is get your naughty and nice list in because we've got a couple more to go through. Hammer's got his greatest ever nice one to go in. Frederick, though, super comment.
comment.
Thoughts on Murphy Reid getting picked up by Freo? Hamish?
Bruce, I'm very happy with that.
Bruce Reid. Who's
Yeah.
Bruce Reid?
Bruce Reid was a West Australian cricketer. The reason Murphy's getting Bruce is because there is already a Murph at the footy club.
Yes.
There is already a Reedy at the footy club.
Yes.
So he's got both of his nicknames are taken. And so Dad just said, well, what's something that's got nothing to do with any of those names? And Bruce was the first thing that we said. And all of a sudden it just linked. So his name's Bruce.
Brilliant.
Bruce is, I'm really happy with him. I think he's a very good player. Sandy Dragons boy,
Right.
the old footy factory.
I didn't think you know a thing about him.
No, I don't. I've met him. Really nice guy.
You're doing really well.
Thanks.
A couple more things out of the YouTube. This is from YouTube. Tried some of Drasco's hot chicken the other day. It was very, very nice.
Which one did you try? The Death?
The medium.
Oh, the medium is sensational.
Yeah,
How good was the medium?
Yeah.
I might actually go there for dinner
absolutely
tonight.
beautiful. Jaden, who produces this show and runs all of our video content at BackChat, went to Drasco's on Friday, straight after the show.
Wow.
He took his missus there.
I think I might go there tonight.
And a nice one from YouTube, and I'm going to forget, I won't come back to it otherwise. This is from Fozjam. He says, all seriousness, guys, thank you for being a constant in my life. Lost his old man earlier this year, but proposed to my missus yesterday, and she
Fozzie.
said yes. Holy shit, I didn't read the rest of that message.
Yes.
Holy
Fozzie.
shit. Merry
Well
Christmas.
done. Merry Christmas, Foz. That goes on the nice list.
Yeah, nice work, Fozjam. I've been waiting for your nicest man or lady or person or
The
thing.
number one thing for me this year. Hang on, Dan needs to get.
What's happened, Dan?
My 2024 number one nice, above all else, trumps everything. My number one nice is the man and everything associated with Jack Buckley. Yes, Jack Buckley, the JBS algorithm, the Jack Buckley medal. Every single thing associated with that man gets my number one nice.
I don't know why I'd forgotten about Jack Buckley.
Jack
I mean, I never
Buckley.
forgotten.
You can't forget.
There.
Always there.
Asking King is to head over the Olympics mid-year. King is telling him to fuck off. That didn't happen.
King is just a quick week off if I can, mate. No, mate, you can't have that.
I mean,
But
that's what representing your country is about.
Yeah.
Jack Buckley's beautiful
Celeste.
partner.
His partner with Celeste.
Right? That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Not the one we talk about on the naughty list. It's about Celeste and others like that.
It's about, anyway, I'm really, really happy with Jack being my number one and the Jack Buckley medal, the Jack Buckley algorithm. I think I got that to a point this year, the algorithm.
Yes.
Where it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's not going to take any more tweaking. Next year, I'm going to roll that out every single week of the year.
I'm looking forward to presenting the Jack Buckley, which is right behind here, the 2024 to Harris Andrews in 2025, like we did last year for Jack.
Yep.
The problem is Brisbane play in Perth once next year.
And we're away.
And it's round 22.
That's disappointing.
Yeah.
We might get
We're going to Brisbane.
We might get over to Brisbane. What I also think, just quickly on that, and while I'm still going on the Jack Buckley algorithm, next year I have decided how I'm going to how I want to do the votes.
Right.
I want to do the votes exactly like the Brownlow.
Yeah.
So I want to do
What, game by game?
a 3-2-1 for every game and add it up over the whole year.
And do that on the night? Because it was a long night.
It was a long night. I'm going to figure out how to present it, but I'm going to do that to get the winner.
Right.
It's going to be huge.
And so is it going to be a mystery all year that way? Is this something you haven't considered yet?
No, I haven't considered it, but it will be a mystery all year.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe not, because it's actually fun to release.
Yeah, I like sort of people knowing. Maybe we can cut it off at round 15, with 7 to go, 8 to go.
Yeah, could do.
I
got some ideas.
We could live release, right, up until a point.
Yep.
So we don't have to do that on the night. And then we could do the last 7 rounds.
Yeah, we could do that. That's
unless like Harris
Unless
Andrews instead in front by
50 votes in front. Yeah, I'll see how it goes. I'll figure it out.
A couple more nice and naughties list and a couple more thank yous. There's a lot of thank yous coming in. Money says Kane Corn's naughty list for constantly shitting on Darcy and Jackson, the combo. Doesn't like the ruck combo.
Yeah, he hates him, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's all about fat shaming.
Well,
So that's why I think he had a go at Sean Darcy heaps for
Right.
not being fit.
right, okay.
But he looks, actually, to Sean's credit, looks really fit at the moment. So,
Yeah, skinny even.
yeah.
You might need to put on a couple.
Yeah, Sean, eat.
I've got a couple of naughties. That's all right.
Go for it.
Mate, on the naughty for mine, Ken Inkley.
Kill him. Hang Ken.
Figuratively.
Obviously.
Look, the carry-on post-game was
Yeah,
just silly.
that was
baby, by
ridiculous, Ken.
All right, the siren goes, you shut up.
Yep.
That's it. Also on the naughty list for me, and it's disappointing to do this because one of these things forms a great part of my life.
Okay.
I'm putting Coke and Coke Zero on the naughty list.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because I made a silly comment on a
Yeah,
Friday
they
saying
tricked
there's
you.
no fucking way you can confuse
They tricked
them.
you.
And not only did I confuse Coke and Coke Zero, LAI slipped in there.
LAI's on the nice list.
Well, I guess it has to be.
Get LAI's on the nice list.
Yeah, I'll put that there.
Yep.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. I put Isaac Heaney on the naughty list for not getting off and me having to clap my hands with shit in there.
Yeah, and then apologising for it. Like, not you, him.
Him,
Like,
yeah.
apologise for getting suspended. You can't be doing that.
Yeah, come on.
Just get suspended and eat it.
Yeah. I apologise.
Yeah.
What's on the naughty list? The inability for background noise to be wiped off podcasts so that aircon can't be on all the time.
Yeah,
That's on the
correct.
naughty list.
Mate, on the naughty list, our ability as a business to not have air conditioning in any room we've ever recorded in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've never had air.
We had that big telescope thing going telescopic.
Oh, the robotic arm.
The robotic arm going out your window back at your house.
See, we still have that, but the windows don't open anymore. I mean, we've got garbage bags across these windows up
so
here,
that it
slowly
doesn't
coming
get
down.
too hot. Yeah.
Ken's the man. People aren't happy with the naughty list on there. That's okay. We've got to put shelter on the nice list for supplying quality beers forever.
Correct. Absolutely. Yeah. Forever.
Foz Jam. I'm liking Foz Jam a lot.
Yeah,
You've
Foz
been
is
best
good.
on today.
Yeah.
Next minute, LAI sponsors BackChat 2025.
We'll reach out.
Proudly brought to you by. I'll get a few more here. Hey, Dan, you told me we had some fines, mate. I'm pretty keen on some fines.
Yeah, let's get some fines away.
Yeah, sorry, we should keep talking. You want us to keep talking? Okay.
Wrong
No,
one.
again.
Now, Hammer, let's be honest.
It's me.
You let down the whole BackChat community when you couldn't find Kamikaze. But I think you can redeem yourself. Over the Christmas break, find the country's most revered man. A man who's not only a leader, but he's a beacon of hope. A man who truly embodies what it means to be an icon.
Who could he possibly mean?
Is it the boy?
I think we both know who that man is.
No.
Hammer, you've got to find Adam Thorpe.
Adam Thorpe, Dan's best friend.
Is that it? He just cut himself off. Is that it?
Dan's best friend ever.
Oh,
Adam
that's it.
Thorpe.
This is like people listening to me like, no
That is
idea
a
what-
deep cut.
That is 3 years in making that fine.
Adam
He's pulled
Thorpe.
that from the depths.
Do you know what Adam Thorpe's up to these days, Dan?
Nah, no clue.
He hasn't kept.
To be honest, I sometimes see my old friends on Facebook and stuff. I don't know if he changed his name. Or something. Who knows? He could be
Do I
hanging with
remember
Kamikaze.
you? From my memory, is you watching DVDs at Adam Thorpe's house for his
Yes, that was it.
birthday. I'm gonna look him up on LinkedIn. Adam Thorpe.
Okay,
LinkedIn.
give it now. Hang on, we got some more.
Yeah,
fines,
keep
mate?
going. Keep going.
Hello, lads. Jacko Bowen here.
Jackson.
Fish baller.
Finished listening to your pod where you've requested for naughty or nice fine.
Great.
I've got a little bit of a naughty one here for our favourite Dan Contz.
Wow.
I thought I'd do it a bit different.
Dan Contz.
We'll say, Dan, if you want to avoid the fine, you've got to finish this story. If not, $10 for you, mate. And I reckon we'll put it towards a charity goat for Hammer because he's a bit acid about that on his
I was
out.
flat about my charity goat as an
Anyway, so Fistball Champs finished up last week or whatever. Boys are all firing. There's beers and pints flowing in the change rooms. Music's going. Hey, hey, baby. You know, just the antics of your after tournament showers.
Yep.
Anyway, Dan
Everyone's
comes rolling around the
completely
corner
nude.
after his shower and
Oh no!
I'll just add he stunned us all.
Wow.
But Dan, if you'd like to elaborate, you can avoid
I've
a
got
fine
a strong
there.
feeling I know what's coming here.
If not, $10 towards a charity goat. And I know your mum listens to this, so I have a feeling we're leaning towards $10 for a charity goat. But we'll see how it goes. Anyway, love you boys. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Jacko.
Merry Christmas, Jacko.
I have a strong feeling I know what's about to come.
Who's coming?
Not Dan.
What do you got for us, Daniel?
So I just, bit of a laugh with the boys. Like Jacko said, beers flowing, showers and all that after the fist. But we're up and about. We just got third in the tournament.
Yeah.
And one thing I like to roll out, a bit of a gag with the mates. You've talked about this, Hammer, how you would do pants down and you'd pee at a
Hilarious.
urinal. It's a funny
Hilarious.
joke. Similar for me is the tuck. Just rolling around with the tuck.
The Shane Tuck.
Nothing funnier.
It's so good.
I'll tell you what I like to do, actually, on the tuck. I'm going to do it, not a live demonstration, because obviously I can't get naked.
This could be where it gets bad, where we do a similar thing. But
What I do is I like to pretend I'm completely naked here in the change rooms after a game. I like to pretend that I'm a crowd, like roaring the bowler in, like, oh, would bowl and go swing, flick and catch. Whoa, got him!
Look how funny you did.
It is proper funny stuff.
So, Dan, are we on the money here?
Is that what you did?
No, mine's
okay.
probably a little more offensive. I sort of walked past all the boys and then dropped something and had to pick it up in front of them. So you have all of the junk
Yeah, that's even funnier.
sticking out the back.
That's great.
Wow.
Dan,
I
is
love
that
the way
Adam
you went
Thorpe?
for it.
That could be him. I'll have to get a closer look.
Yeah, go. Anyway,
Next. There's been requests for the spud. Here it is.
there's a spud. Well done.
Tony
What's next on the fines?
G'day, fellas. Jared here.
Hi, Jared.
Just wanted to fine you guys for not looking after your most loyal listeners and viewers.
Sorry?
I.e. Fozjam, Eggman. Who knows if they're real people?
We've been getting around Fozzie all
But
day.
I got a feeling you guys should be looking after them a bit better.
Okay, we did just get
Seems
around
like they do a lot of hard work, create a lot of topics, and you give nothing back.
This sounds like Fozzie.
Is that it?
Is that Foz Jam?
Was that Fozjam? I mean, hang on.
I don't know who it is,
Hang on.
Wow.
but he wants some more love for Fozjam.
I feel like
We've
whoever
given
sent that
Foz Jam a
in,
lot of love.
whoever sent that in is definitely in the YouTube chat right now, and I'm looking at you. So get your
Get
hand
into
up.
the YouTube. Yeah, put your hand up for that fine. Look, I've got to be honest.
Yeah.
Be
Be honest. We're always honest.
We're all about being honest. I think we should give a bit more love to the YouTube. That being said, sometimes we get on a roll, and I'm talking about, appealing and catching my own cock and balls in between my legs.
You know what?
We can't just be going back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. Throw some good ideas in there. I'll tell you one bona fide way to get your name out there in the YouTube chat. Super comment.
Who wants to buy us a Merry Christmas present?
Anyway, that's I'm
It
sorry.
could have been. You reckon it was Greatest Guy?
If it was.
Because no one's saying it's them. Yeah, Greatest Guy was in the chat, and he's been very negative. He's been very negative all day. I think that could have been Greatest Guy's voice. So, Merry Christmas,
Merry
big fella.
Christmas,
Try our
everybody.
best.
G'day, Fistballers and Hammer and Scully.
Yep.
Saxon Sounders here, attacker for Vic Country.
Oh, boy.
And I'm just fining Drew Petrie $4 for his dishonourable opened hand fist.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't know if I could even look at him the same after he embarrassed Vic Country with the opened hand fist at the National Championships.
It's a silly slap or something, isn't it called?
The walk of shame was very much needed.
Fist of shame.
And yeah,
Dishonourable fist.
I like that they just end. They just
So
hang on.
Saxon, if you remember, Hamish,
I do remember
last
Saxon.
year sent in a video of him training Victoria. We couldn't quite make the West Australian, the Western Fisters appearance in 2023, so he joined Vic Country and won this year's alongside Drew Petrie and Alex Witherden, who was in the studio today. Mate, he's come in to pick his Brisbane Liners jumper that he bought in.
With O or the
grand
dish?
final
Yeah, I was
with
going to
O.
say that would have been weird.
He came in wearing the National Fistball medal, and Dan was filthy.
Furious, yeah,
How
of
are you?
course.
You got the mic over there.
I don't like that. I don't like that being rubbed in my face. And there's a time we need to be a good winner, and unfortunately, whether you weren't that.
It said the words champion on it.
That is good. It did. Dish took over, if I'm not mistaken. He took the spot of Piss and Shit Your Pants Morley, didn't he? Or is
but-
it Piss
Different
and Shit
team.
Your Pants from?
Yeah, he's
the
from
country?
Metro.
He's from Metro, yeah.
Metro.
Sorry about that.
Is that all the fines we have?
That's all the fines we have. Yeah.
Yeah, what a year.
Well, it's been a bloody pleasure.
What a year, hey?
I would like to finish. You can finish however you like, Hamish. But I will say, and I just like being honest here on the potty, I'm exhausted. 2024
Big year.
has cooked me.
Yep.
Mentally, physically, emotionally, all of those things combined, and I need a break. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say a big thank you to our audience.
Mm-hmm.
But I also would like to say I'm having a rest.
Yeah.
Because I'm cooked.
Yeah.
I'm knackered. I'm absolutely knackered. We're going to Geelong for Christmas this year, so I'm excited for that. We're going to have a big 2025. So Mondays and Fridays are shut down just for the time being. Wednesdays still continuing. Got some good guests coming up. We've got some stuff coming. Jai Richardson out this week.
Yep.
He is a great chat, so make sure you're listening to those. But it is farewell from me for the year. I'm going to give you the final word, Hammer, because really you drive this podcast more than I do, to be honest.
Can
mate.
I also just mention that
can, Dan.
that BackChat will be running
Oh, yeah.
also during the summer.
Oh, yeah. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. I'm just saying I need a bit of a rest, to be honest.
Yeah. From me, obviously, thank you to everybody who listens. It is a lot of fun for us to come in here and talk some shit and have some fun and have a laugh. But there's no point doing that without anyone paying any attention. So it means a lot that everyone listens.
That's a good point.
It's for everybody who writes in, for everyone who sends fines, for anyone who wears BackChat merch in the street, who comes up to us and says hello. To, I had a guy in the gym the other morning who was like, what do we got on happy hour tonight? And I was, that sort of stuff gets it, makes it fun and worth it. Have a great Christmas, everybody. Stay safe. What else? What would I normally sign off with?
Well, before you get there, mate, the thing on the people coming up, I genuinely enjoy just running into random BackChat and having a happy hour and shuttle footy cast. It's, mate, and I've spoken about this before. I was no absolute champion of AFL, but was on the TV enough to get some recognition.
Yeah.
Be lucky to get recognised once in a month, and no one really gave a shit in the first place.
No one.
Mate, the BackChat shuttle footy cast, Hammers Happy Hour. The crew, mate, is unbelievable. I was in the city on the weekend. It was just off its head. People were like, fucking podcast, we love it. More people listen than I thought, and we bloody love it.
Yeah, we do love it. Shit, dick, fuck, we, poo, cum, titties. Just wanted to finish on a couple of things that are always fun to say.
Fuck, you're an idiot. You are an idiot.
Have some beers, have fun, enjoy family time.
And the people we'd like to
obviously we'd love to thank these guys the most.
Paywise.
Thank you very, very much. They power me. They power the podcast. We power Simo. Happy Christmas.
Give each of these Christmas messages.
I will. So
TABtouch.
Yeah, TABtouch. You've got the touch. Enjoy yourself over Christmas, TABtouch punters. If you are going out there, I will not be betting for you. So that means you're a real chance to win. Gamble responsibly. Obviously, but at the same time, there's lots of free money out there to be won. So Merry Christmas, go and put that in your stocking. Thank you very much, TABtouch.
Gamble responsibly. ID Athletic.
ID Athletic. If you want anything, Christmas is not too late. If you ring up ID Athletic at 11:30 p.m. on the 24th, you'll get your Christmas present.
You want a trampoline installed?
You want a trampoline, you want a dishwasher, you want a dinosaur. They will do anything you need. Give ID Athletic a call. And they do anything.
They'll do team wearing merch.
Yeah, they certainly do team wearing merch if you need that, because that's probably their specialty.
Shelter Brewing.
Well, this one goes without saying. It's hot. If you're in Perth, even better. If you're not in Perth, that's just about fine. It is going to be stinking hot. We're in the midst of summer, right in the guts of it. It'll be probably mid to high 30s in the summertime. Oh, yeah. They've got hazies, they've got pales, they've got IPAs, they've got non-alcs if you don't drink. They've got XPAs, they've got whatever you want that is alcoholic/non-alcoholic. Get yourself some shelters, put them on ice.
They've got a new Pilsner.
They've got a new Pilsner. How about that?
Pilsners at Shelter Brewing Co. Whippersnapper whiskey.
Wow. I mean, if you don't like beer and you would need a drink over Christmas, get yourself some Whippersnapper. I tell you what I've never had that I will be having over Christmas. And Whippersnapper whiskey with some LA Ice. I'll tell you what, that would go down an absolute treat. Get yourself some Whippersnapper. You can find them wherever you get. ID Athletic probably do them, to be honest. But get yourself some Whippersnapper whiskey if you don't drink beer.
On One Plumbing.
Oh, okay. Well,
and electrical.
Obviously. We're all going to shit over Christmas, so that goes without saying. Trees need to be lit up. Houses need to be lit up. If you've got a pool, it needs to be probably filtered, so there's that. That's electric, I think. Actually, probably plumbing. That's on one. Yeah, great. Here we are. If you shit, they fix it. Get yourself in, call on one.
Camera electronic.
Well,
wow, I forgot to say that properly. Camera electronic.
Okay, you're going to have great memories over Christmas, are you? Oh, how are we going to remember them in 2 years' time with our minds? No. Get yourself to Camera Electronic. Take some photos, take some videos, everything you need electronically to capture the beautiful majesty of Christmas.
The Leadable Precinct.
Okay, well, that's probably not going to be open on Christmas Day, is it? But in the lead up. It might be.
Might not be.
In the lead up, if there is a spot to drink, if there is a spot to mingle, if there is a spot that epitomises the Christmas spirit.
We're talking the garden.
The garden.
We're talking Daisies.
Hotel, Daisies. I was there last week on an absolute steamer. It is a beautiful spot. The establishment's great. The people are lovely. Head on down to Leadable Precinct.
And I've saved the best to last.
Have you?
Mamba Digital.
Oh, Mamba Digital. I mean, there's not. Okay, here we go. Let me think about this for a hot second. We've got, okay, it's Christmas. What do I want to do here? I might get some presents. I might have some turkey. I might have some ham. I might go and make a website. Okay, if you need to make a website this Christmas, if there is anything that you wake up with in your stocking that you think, fuck, this would make a really great business idea and I need a website for it, head to Mamba Digital because they will sort you out.
Aren't you excited for something Wednesday to do with Mamba Digital?
Oh yeah, shit yeah! We got the Lord of the Rings the movie launch. We've got the Rohirrim movie. It's on Wednesday night. We're going there. Me and Em are coming along down, and Becky are going to be there. There's cheeseburgers, there's beers, there's food, there's everything.
So that's the Mamba Digital Christmas party.
That's the Mamba Digital Christmas party that we're going to. It's not an open invite. Yeah, sorry, not everyone can come to it. It's a bit of a closed invitation. But anyway, I'll be there. It'll be great. I reckon if you hit up ID Athletic, they'll probably get you a ticket. But because they do anything. But no, it's Mamba Digital. Obviously under the Christmas tree, you might want a website. So just go and hit them up.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been
That's
a bloody
it.
pleasure.
Yeah.
That's us. Our last live show for 2024. Have a bloody great one and get it in you.
See you next year.